Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. RHOA Kim Zolciak's loses big time, home goes to auction. Kim Zolciak lost big time. Her home ended up in an auction. The Real Housewives of Atlanta alum's $2.6 million mansion ended up in foreclosure. This comes after she failed to pay back her $300,000 loan. Kim's reportedly having financial issues after the cancellation of her family's reality series, Don't Be Tardy. Bravo fans are wondering if she should return to RHOA. Even her swimsuit line, social media endorsements, and other ventures aren't enough for her lavish lifestyle. Read on to learn more. According to a new report, Kim Zolciak is about to lose her Georgia mansion. It ended up in foreclosure. The U.S. Sun obtained copies of the legal documents that reveal that the Bravo star and her husband, Corey Bierman, failed to pay back their $300,000 loan. The family has struggled financially after the cancellation of their show. The legal document titled Notice of Sale Under Power confirmed that both Kim Zolciak and Corey Bierman had their home in foreclosure. It's currently available for sale at an auction. The 5-bedroom and 6.5 bathroom will end up with the highest bidder. The couple wasn't able to keep up with the payments on their home due to possible events of default, failure to pay the indebtedness. It's unclear when the reality stars took out a $300,000 loan. However, they've been unable to pay it back. The legal documents reveal that Kim Zolciak purchased the home in 2013. The court released the Notice of Sale Under Power documents to the general public on Thursday, October 6. Their home isn't available for sale in the auction until the first week in November. Kim won't comment on this latest news to the media. Instead, she's pushing KAB Cosmetics and her new manifesting course on Instagram. Kim also founded her own spiritual academy, where she coaches her clients on alignment, enlightenment, and illumination. On Monday, October 24, Kim Zolciak shared a carousel of photos on Instagram. She revealed that she and Croy were invited to Nashville, where she stayed at Jason and Brittany Aldean's home. Some of her fans took to the comment section to express their disappointment. Pretty sad hanging out with lit haters. Love you guys, just not a fan of Jason or his wife. Became famous and left his wife for her. Interesting choice if you consider yourself an ally. I guess you're tardy for the party after all. Not you hanging out with transphobic people. Instant unfollow. What are your thoughts on Kim Zolciak's home ending up in foreclosure? Do you think she'll be able to recoup the money? Have you ever tried her makeup line or spiritual courses? Sound off below in the comment section. Kim Zolciak, the original blonde bombshell from the Real Housewives of Atlanta, RHOA, was no stranger to the ups and downs of life. She had built an empire on her sharp wit, her luxury-loving persona, and of course her ever-growing family. But as the cameras followed her glamorous life over the years, viewers were given a front-row seat to both her triumphs and challenges. Now, in a shocking twist, the very home that had once been a symbol of her success was slipping through her fingers, headed to the auction block. The sprawling Georgia mansion that Kim and her former NFL star husband Corey Bierman once called their castle had long been a beacon of their extravagant lifestyle. With its grand columns, palatial ceilings, and meticulously manicured lawns, it was more than just a house. It was the embodiment of Kim's rags-to-riches story. She had arrived at this point through hard work, hustle, and a little bit of luck. But as fate would have it, maintaining that lifestyle came with a cost far greater than she'd anticipated. The financial troubles had been brewing for some time, but Kim had always been quick to dismiss any rumors of money problems. People love to talk, she once told her followers on Instagram, flashing a smile that hinted at the confidence she had in keeping her life together. But beneath that signature smile, the cracks in her empire were starting to show. Bills were piling up, lawsuits were being filed, and now the unthinkable was happening. Her dream home was on the verge of slipping away. The Bierman family's estate in Alpharetta, Georgia, had been put on the auction block, a gut punch to Kim's carefully crafted image. The headlines flashed across entertainment outlets were brutal. Kim Zolciak loses big, home heads to auction. Fans were in disbelief. How could the woman who once boasted about her millions on camera be facing such a public downfall? To many, the sight of Kim's mansion up for grabs was a reminder that no amount of reality TV fame could protect anyone from financial turmoil. The extravagant purchases, the custom wigs, the designer clothes, all the luxuries that had made Kim a household name were now shadows of excess that had come with an expiration date. While Kim was accustomed to the spotlight, this was the kind of attention she hadn't anticipated. And the question on everyone's mind was simple. How did things get so bad? It wasn't that long ago that Kim's life had seemed picture perfect. After leaving RHOA to star in her spin-off, Don't Be Tardy, Kim's fame continued to rise. The show followed the Bierman family through their daily adventures, with Kim balancing motherhood and her career, while Croy shifted from football star to devoted father. They had created a bubble of luxury, filled with trips, high-end cars, and endless parties. But as the reality TV gigs slowed down and financial pressures mounted, it became clear that the lifestyle they had created was unsustainable. Behind closed doors, Kim and Croy were struggling to keep their finances in check. It was rumored that their debts had spiraled out of control, with reports of unpaid taxes and loan defaults adding to the couple's growing list of problems. Despite her efforts to appear unfazed on social media, Kim could no longer hide the fact that their financial foundation was crumbling. The once invincible Zolciak Bierman empire was teetering on the edge of collapse, and the auction of their home was the clearest sign yet that they had lost their grip. As news of the auction spread, there was speculation about what this meant for Kim's future. Would she be forced to downsize? Would she retreat from the public eye to lick her wounds in private? Or would she bounce back with the same resilience that had carried her through so many past challenges? For Kim, the auction of her home was more than just a financial blow. It was a deeply personal loss. The mansion had been the backdrop for so many of her life's most important moments, from the birth of her children to the countless parties she'd thrown for her friends and family. Losing it felt like losing a part of herself, a piece of the legacy she had worked so hard to build. But if there was one thing Kim Zolciak had proven time and again, it was that she was a fighter. Even as the auction loomed, she refused to let it define her. "This is just another chapter," she posted defiantly on Instagram, alongside a photo of herself in full glam. "I've been knocked down before, but I always get back up. Watch me." Her fans, many of whom had followed her journey since the earliest days of RHOA, rallied around her. Messages of support flooded her comment section, with followers encouraging her to stay strong and keep fighting. "You've got this, Kim," one fan wrote. "You've come too far to let this stop you." Yet, as supportive as her fan base was, the reality was undeniable. The house was gone, and Kim's once glamorous world was starting to unravel. The cameras may have stopped rolling for Don't Be Tardy, but this was a storyline far more dramatic than anything reality TV could have scripted. As the auction date drew closer, speculation ran wild. Who would buy the home that had been the Bierman's palace? Would Kim and Croy attend the auction, or would they quietly step back, watching from the sidelines as their dreams slipped away? The answers remained unclear, but one thing was certain. The loss of their home marked the end of an era for the Bierman family. In the world of reality TV, where the lines between fantasy and reality blur, Kim Zolciak's fall from grace was a stark reminder that even the brightest stars can fade. But if history had taught fans anything about Kim, it was that she was never down for long. Whether she rose from this latest setback stronger than before, or whether the pressures of financial ruin proved too much, remained to be seen. As the doors to her mansion closed for the final time, Kim stood at a crossroads. The house may have been gone, but her story was far from over. In true Kim Zolciak fashion, she would decide how this next chapter unfolded, and the world would be watching.